Ooh, all the chat popped up there.
3.
It sounds very loud to me for some reason. Anyway, hello there. Oh, my camera's all screwed up. I have switched around where my computer is. I have a whole nother drawing up. I have not only my restream chat with Twitch and YouTube, but I actually was able to get my Picardo chat on here too, which I was having trouble with for a little while there. And my camera's actually the right size too, so good stuff. I took a little break throughout November. Let me just get that out of the way. Took a little bit of a break from the end of October through November, and I'm revisiting some old art, but I've been thinking a lot about how I want to change my style a little bit. Hey there. I'm gonna be drawing today. This is an older character of mine from like a D&D game, but this is one I wanted to revisit because I've got the sketch done. Actually, let me show you. I drew this out on paper first, and this is kind of how that whole character sheet looked. And I've kind of just, I scanned it, or I took a picture of it, and kind of went over this sketch digitally and added like a bunch of his items along the side here. So what I'm going to be doing is cleaning up, well, less cleaning up the lines and just kind of going over this line art more carefully. Let's see. Yeah, so in the last few months I've actually had more of a sketchy style, so I kind of wanted to try more of this pretty crisp line art style again. We'll see how that goes. I hope everybody is doing well tonight, or as well as you can. Happy 1st of December, for sure. Let's see. I'm not gonna have this music on for the whole time, actually. This is music that was made by one of my friends here, Wave Runner on Bandcamp. I'll actually share the link to that here. And then here's the link to the music. But I'm actually going to be switching from this, excuse me, to the soundscape background music that I had a little bit ago. It's this piano, kind of a village soundtrack.
4.
Let's see. The water, if that's not too loud. Let's see. I also know I talk pretty quiet, so if I am too quiet and you need me to turn my audio down, turn my mic up, please let me know. If you have any questions on my process, the program that I'm using is Clip Studio Paint. You can download your own brushes for it, and I have a couple of different brush sets that I've talked about before. And I learned recently that you can actually import Photoshop brushes into here as well. So I'm going to be checking that out and probably downloading some more brushes very soon. Oh, I don't know if my chat along the side here is out of order. If that's too difficult to read, I do have 2 different chats here. I'll create some kind of a border for that probably the next time around. But Yeah, but aside from like questions and just talking through my process here, I'm mostly just gonna be chilling and drawing. So this is good if you'd like to read or draw along with me or do something else in the background. I might go for like 30 minutes to an hour, but I just kind of want to get into practice with sketching because I haven't done it in a little while. Remember to hydrate. But yeah, if you'd also like to put in the chat, you know, what you've been up to tonight, if you're working on any hobbies or if you're working, what are you working on? I'm definitely interested to know. I think what I'm going to be starting with here are these items on the side before I get into more detail on the face. What is that clicking noise? Alright, so we got the hat here. Make a new layer for the hat there. And I think I'm gonna hide this, yeah, we're both working on our characters here. You say you're working on an OC? Yeah, undertones are hard. Let me see. Because there's another OC of mine that I wanted to draw too. This is another one. I haven't finished the outfit. But, yeah, undertones are hard. You know, you kind of gotta work on like, you know, what you want your light source and overall tone to be. I've seen some people really bring in all sorts of colors into their drawings and somehow make it work. But I always feel like when I try to incorporate it into my own art, it doesn't always translate as well. Let's see. There's also a thing that I've done to help with my color palettes in that, where's the setting on here? Yeah, that's a good idea. I also have seen people like they'll take pictures and kind of color pick from that to make their color palette, and then use that color palette to base their skin tones and such on. Or using these palette little things at the top here. I don't know. Let's see. It's been a while since I've done the clean lines like this, so it's gonna be a lot of me just going over and deleting my lines over and over again. I apologize in advance. So got the sun hat. work. And then, so what I am doing is like, while I have the one layer for the hat, I am also utilizing some of these other layers that I know won't be intersecting with my lines, just so I can get some extra use out of these layers and not have to make a million layers for just a small part. Hello. Oh, I responded just overall to Restream and not just on Twitch. But hello, hello, thank you for joining me. Hope you're doing good. So I am drawing one of my D&D characters, Haltyrr, is what I've named him. He's a Drow Druid, and it's an old sketch that I worked on a while ago. I think this is the pencil sketch I did, but redoing this drawing digitally. Just working on some of his items at the moment. But yeah, one of the things I was asking folks earlier is, you know, what are you working on, if you are working on anything, or are you just kind of hanging out? Ooh, and I do like sci-fi. I'm working on a D&D character, and I do a lot of fantasy, but I'm definitely a fan of sci-fi as well. Oh yeah, I think it might have been because I've also done a gaming. There was a stream that I was playing some games also, but I usually do art streams as well. I've been thinking of doing a couple more game streams too. So I'm like jumping all over the screen here. Oh wait, I didn't click that drawing. Let me see. Ooh, nice. I like the pincers. Definitely drawing aliens is really hard. I can draw on faces and stuff, but like trying to draw other kinds of creatures sometimes trips me up. Oh, nice. Yeah, this character, like I said, is my character is a, oops, accidentally closed that out. Is a druid, and I think I even made him like his specialty is potions and stuff, so I've been trying to get better at like drawing all the little ingredients and everything that goes along with that. I also have another character sheet that I drew out earlier in the year actually that it was also kind of more practice of drawing these types of items. Just random little character and inventory sheets. Which, let me see if I can actually find that and pull it up real quick. Oh yeah, here it is. So this other character of mine that I drew, his name is Romer. These are the headshots that I did, along with like some of the colors I set aside for him for later. Drew his hands. And then there also is, let me pull up the inventory sheet that I drew up for that too. Thank you. Yeah, this one I spent spent a lot of time on, but I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Yeah, here's the inventory list. So this one was a lot of reference pictures. Yeah, well, I mean, reference and practice is a lot of what it is. One of my preferred parts with digital art too is you can make it look a lot nicer just by adding some textures to the background of things. But thank you, I appreciate that. No, 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 no. Thank you so much. Oh, I keep doing it to general restream and not just Twitch. Oh well, you can all see it on the screen there anyway. You know who I'm responding to. Oh, and thank you for that tutorial, Lurkin. I'll definitely check that out. Okay, let me stop getting distracted and finish doing some of the details I was doing for this hat. It's also gonna add the bow here. I mean, you can ask questions whenever. I don't mind. Even just doing this on stream helps me get less distracted. With as much as I'm getting distracted on stream, trust me, it's even worse off. This hat's looking a little weird now. getting a closer look at it. Or maybe it's just that part of it. Yeah. I could get a reference picture for this bow, but I also don't really care. If it bothers me later, I'll fix it, but if it doesn't bother me, then I won't worry about it. I've been trying to adapt that kind of mindset a little bit more, because I can get really caught up in like some perfectionism when it comes to little things, as you can tell with my neurotic erasing. But I tend to be really slow, so I've been wanting to, you know, try to focus on finishing rather than having things be absolutely perfect, because, you know, it's not going to be. It's not going to be perfect. I'm constantly, you know, I'm constantly learning and trying to improve. Man, I need new glasses. I keep having to like focus my eyes. So if I'm like squinting and making weird faces, I apologize. My bad. I'm also like really off center, so what's going on here? Okay, there we go. That's a little bit better, right? Not as much of a nice view as my old setup was, because I used to have my my bookshelf in the background and living room and stuff. Now it's just a whole bunch of cords. Got the sun hat. Let's do these daggers now. That's usually fun. I'm gonna name that layer hat/dagger, get some more use out of that single layer on here. These are, I guess, more like thin little sharks than... daggers, I guess. I don't know my knives that well, I'll be honest. See, I kind of want this handle to look like it's two pieces twisted around each other. I just kind of made it look like stripes on this sketch, but what I really want... let's see if I can get that to do what I want it to do. So I'll start with this end piece here. Kind of flares out, I guess. Or should I start here? And I'm kind of layering it around and kind of making this curve, so it gives this more of an illusion of depth here. There we go. Same for that side, but you know, it's kind of at a different angle, so I'll make that a little bit less dramatic there. Can always fix it later if I end up not liking it. And I'm not actually drawing this line here, I'm more of just like imagining it. And before I actually get too far into that, I'm gonna actually select this and twist it a little bit. Because I feel like I got it off of the angle that I wanted it at. It's kind of at a weird angle. But, you know, I like to also jump around a lot, so if I end up really not liking the direction this is going, I'll just, switch it around. Sorry, I'm messing around with this again, because, again, I feel like I messed this up in a weird way. No, am I fine? Guess so. There we go, brush density was what I needed. And, you know, these are not the same thickness of line, but I think that'll be fine. Having all of your lines be the same kind of width is gonna just make everything look a little bit more flat, I think. Just why I really like having pressure sensitivity like this. But I also need to work on not pressing down on my pencil or tablet pen too hard. You know, I'm gonna revisit that in a second. Instead, let's draw some potion glasses. I'm gonna make a new layer, title it glassware. Why not? I'm gonna draw out these little vials. Oh, and I already drew that one out. Let's see. So in D&D, you can have all sorts of little equipment, and for spells, you also need components, if you decide to have those rules. So I just kind of drew out all the little components that he needs for his spells. I thought that would be kind of a fun little bonus to add in there. This first one is Fleas. I forgot what spell this was for, but apparently he needs a vial of fleas. I'm also doing a horizontal flip so that I can make sure my sides are not identical, but at least more even looking. There might be a symmetry function on this program, but I don't know. I don't really want that look for my stuff right now anyway. Okay, I can't do the lines for that right now. Maybe I do just go right into this. I'm gonna just jump all over the place, so don't mind me. these red lines here are just kind of the general frames that I'm following. There's a really good tip that I got with regards to making sure that your arms are at like the right angles when you're drawing them out, and that's to make these triangles here. It's like, I don't know, it was one of the best tips that I've seen, and it's helped me so much with regards to making sure the arms look proportional when they're bent at angles like that. I wish I could remember the name of the account that I saw that tip from. You know, I'm going to work on more of the arm. And like the shirt. And I want to start with drawing actually this front part of the arm first. So then I kind of know where it overlaps and where that back part of the arm is going to go. Yeah, I'm sure that there's also a better way to like really measure out what those proportions are, but it's kind of my cheat with how to eyeball that. I don't like how that cuff looks. I think that might work better. Since we are working in a three-dimensional space, kind of drawing that cuff more as like a cylinder, and then erasing and building off of that, I think that'll work. It's not perfect, but in the end, this piece is going to be much further zoomed out, and you're really not going to see all of those little wispy pieces, right? Yeah, see? And then I think I'm gonna just try to do the same thing kind of on the other side over here. I think that torso is looking pretty good so far. So his shoulders are a little bit narrow, and I was gonna say they're a little bit off. The one raised is a little bit higher, but I want that, so that should be fine. I do want to make sure that this elbow goes up though, so I think what I'm going to do is actually erase that bottom right there on the sketch. Ugh, I don't know about that. I don't know, we'll see, we'll see. Is this a different layer? Yeah. So yeah, layers are your friend in this case because then you can kind of erase stuff without worrying about erasing other overlapping lines, and it just makes your life easier. So I think for both of his arms, I made his arms too long. So all that means is that as I finalize it, I'm going to shorten the arm and then move the hand sketch, so then I can just go over that sketch again. And only have to move it around a little bit to adjust it. So I'm gonna circle around this part of my sketch. Will it let me move it? Yes, there we go. There we go. So I'm also shortening this arm right here, mostly by cutting back the elbow, because it went down here before. And I really don't want it to. And I'll probably get a reference picture and work on that later. I'm gonna move on to the belt here. Drawn a lot of belts, so I've grown to like drawing them. And sometimes I would use, you know, shift to get my straight lines here. But, you know, these are mostly curved, so I think it'll give it a more natural look if I don't do that. Sorry, my nose got a little itchy. So how do I want to do this piece? So I ended up drawing that bag a little bit backwards. Do I want to delete that? Oh yeah, that didn't lose too much. Oh man, I've been drawing for a little bit already. I don't want to end prematurely, but I do have to get up early tomorrow. And, you know, I've been on a little bit of a hiatus, so I haven't actually drawn in almost a month, maybe. So I'd like to think that, you know, any little bit of progress is progress. It was a lot of fun to do this after not working in this kind of style for a minute. I might be exploring different styles in between some of the commissions that I've been working on that I need to finish up. Um, Doing a couple of tarot card designs for a couple of OCs. Um, and what is the other thing? And a book cover kind of theme. So we'll see about that. But let me see. If you'd like to see more of my work, art like this, I do have a Patreon. I believe. Where's the link for that? I am getting back to posting more regularly. As of right now, it is mostly backlogs to streams like this. I have a couple of art pieces up there because I'm trying to compile everything together. I have a couple of like tutorials there, and I really want to do a little bit more in terms of guides and how I do certain things like that. But it is Art Ghosts with 0 for the O. I will be trying to do this again next Tuesday. If not on Tuesday, it will be Thursday. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are usually the days that I have free to do my streams. And I'll be trying to do once a month game streams too. I think last time I played World of Horror, a really interesting like horror RPG. I might play some more of that the next time I get on, but I don't know. We'll see. I hope you all have a good night.